This is R.D. Sharma solution class 12, chapter 12, higher order derivative. Exercise is 12.1. We have y equals log x plus under root x square plus 1 whole square. Now this cannot be done directly, that is dy by dx and d2y by dx2. You'll see what we are going to do in order to get the answer. So we have log x plus under root x square plus 1. This is whole square, not only x plus under root x square plus 1 whole square, it is total whole square. You know nx to the power n minus 1 is the normal differentiation, so this is whole square. Consider this x to be the log content. So we have nx to the power n minus 1, that is 2 log content to the power 2 minus 1, that is the same thing, log x plus under root x square plus 1. Now log is 1 by that thing, that is 1 by x under root x square plus 1. Differentiation x plus under root x square plus 1, x is 1 only, and differentiation of this under root x square plus 1 will be, we have already done that multiple times, x by under root x square plus 1. Now let us take the LCM here. So just multiply the cross, that is this, and write it in the numerator, and then multiply the denominator and write it in the denominator. So assume that this is the content we just got after differentiating x plus under root x square plus 1. This gets cancelled. So finally dy by dx is nothing but 2 log x plus under root x square plus 1, and this is divided by under root x square plus 1. Now you will attempt to do the d2y by dx2. That is the normal thing which we will try to do. But this will not work. I'm telling you, believe me, I've tried it. So for that you have to square it, because you see that y is on the right hand side is log square. Alright, so we'll square this both sides. So I'm squaring it. So d2y by dx2 is nothing but we are squaring dy by dx whole square. So dy by dx I'm writing it as y1 square is 2 to the 4 log x plus under root x square plus 1 whole square divided by under root x square plus 1 whole square is x square plus 1 only. So let us multiply this, means cross multiply. So I'm taking x square plus 1 on the left hand side, x square plus 1, and then we have y1 whole square, and this is, now take this to the right side, will remain like that. So this is whole square, but this is y only. See, the log content square is nothing but y only, so y, it is 4y, you can replace it by 4y. Alright, so those who want to do by themselves, this is the only trick which has to be adopted, and that I already told. Rest you can always follow, but we will proceed by this first. This equation what we got, we have to differentiate it now. So I am differentiating both the sides, x square plus 1, this y1 whole square is 2y1, and differentiation of y1 is y2, that is d2y by dx2. So I am writing it as y2, and then plus, now y1 whole square remain like that, differentiation of x square plus 1 is 2x only. On the right we have 4y1, because differentiation on right also, cos 4 is constant, y differentiation is y1. So everywhere you find y1, actually 2y1 basically. So now divide everything by 2y1. Remember, divide everything by 2y1. So you'll get rid of 2, you will get rid of y1 also. So you'll get x square plus 1 into y2 plus y1 into x equals 2, and that is what exactly we wanted to show in the question. If you see, this is what we intend to show. So as I just suggested, you have divided everything by 2y1. So I am eliminating the 2 also. In the answer it is 2. So that is how I got the idea. Next one is 1 plus x square, and this is d2y by dx2, y2 is d2y by dx2, y1 is dy by dx, then you have x here and 2. So this square is the only thing which you need to understand. Y equals tan inverse x whole square. This question we have already done. So I am just going ahead. I have presented the solution if you want to do it again. Y equals cot x, this also we have done, but just to recall, because this is quite easy, so I'll just do it. Y equals cot x differentiation is minus cos x square x. So you don't have, there is no trick at all here. There is just differentiation twice. d2y by dx2 is what? It is, let it be minus cos x, 2 cosec x, and cosec x will be minus cosec x cot x. So minus will become plus. You have cosec x cot x here. So 2 cosec x cot x. So it will be 2 cosec square x. Then we have a cot x here. This is d2y by dx2. So this dy by dx is already there. It is minus cosec square x. So if you want to replace minus cosec square x, negative has to be taken in the left. So we have minus 2 in place of cosec square x. I am writing negative dy by dx. Then we have cot x here. So this is y only, cot x is y only. So d2y by dx2 is minus 2y dy by dx. Bring that right hand side on the left hand side. So it will be plus 2y dy by dx, and that is going to be equal to 0. Next one is find d2y by dx2. Y equals log x square by e square. Remember, e is a constant. So just treat it as a constant. So d2y by dx2, we just have to differentiate it normally that we generally do. So dy by dx is log constant is 1 by that thing. So 1 by x square by e square, that becomes e square by x square. Differentiation of this, see, log again, then you have to differentiate x square by e square. So e square is constant, so let it be in the denominator, and x square differentiation is 2x. 1x you can cancel, e square you can cancel, it is 2 by x, and you have to now differentiate 2 by x. So d2y by dx2 is nothing but differentiation of 1 by x, and that is negative 1 by x square. So you have 2 minus 2 into 1 by x square minus 2 by x square is the answer. Y is equal to a e to 2x raised to x, and then we have plus b e raised minus x. So this kind of question we have already done, but there is a slight a tip here from my side. So I'll do it. Y equals a e 2x b e minus x dy by dx. Normally you will do. So it will be a e to e raised 2x, and differentiation of 2x is 2 only. Then we have here plus b. I know that negative is going to come, so I purposely placed negative here. B e raised minus x will be e raised minus x. Differentiation of minus x is minus 1. Okay. So we have 2a e raised 2x, and then we have minus b e raised minus x. So this is your dy by dx. So d2y by dx2, let us do it normally. So 2a e raised to x, 2a is a constant, e raised to x will be e raised to x, and there will be 2 also. So there will be, the answer will be, or the first term will be 4a e raised to x. There is no tip till here. You just have to differentiate in a normal way, d2y by dx2. So you have 2a e raised to x is e raised to x, and then differentiation of 2x is 2. Then we have the second term, which is b raised e minus x. B is constant, e raised minus x will be e raised minus x, and differentiation of minus x will be negative. Alright. So I'm doing it the way I said, normal differentiation. So minus b e raised minus x, and then minus will be plus. So what do you get? You have 4a e raised 2x plus b e raised minus x. This is the normal differentiation. But we need to get the equation which is being suggested here. Show that d2y by dx2 minus dy by dx minus 2y equals 0. That we have to prove. So dy by dx is this one. How can we introduce dy by dx into d2y by dx2? So we'll try to get to, let us write this directly, because this is 4a e raised minus 2x e raised 2x, not minus 2x, plus b e minus x. But we have to get this. So how are we going to write? We'll write the dy by dx first. That is 2a e raised to x. 4a can be written as 2a e raised to x plus 2a e raised to x. How about b e raised minus x? It can be 2 b e minus x minus b e raised minus x. So if you subtract 2 with 1, it will be 1 only. Alright. So this one, the first term and the fourth term, we will write together, and this will be, I am taking 2 common here, a e raised to x plus b e raised minus x. Now this is dy by dx only, write dy by dx here. This is what? The original y. So 2y. So d2y by dx2 is equal to dy by dx plus 2y. So you get d2y by dx2. Now bring everything on the left hand side. It will be minus dy by dx plus 2y minus 2y equals 0. So this is what we have to prove, and this is the final answer. So this question already we have done. So this is the solution. You can always see. You have to prove this. So I hope you'll be able to do this. Y equals to cos inverse x. Find d2y by dx2 in terms of y alone. That is, whatever the answer comes, only y will be there on the right hand side. So we'll do it. It's quite simple, but as I said, there are some trick element which is there in this question. And you need to know the differentiation of trigonometric equations also. So dy by dx is simply minus 1 by under root 1 minus x square. This is very obvious. You know already, I hope. d2y by dx2 also same thing you have to do. It has to be minus 1, and this 1 minus x square under root in the denominator, when it goes up, it is going to be 1 minus x square to the power minus half. See, it goes up. So it is minus half. So there is a slight error. I'll just going to change it. So minus 1 minus 1. That is 1 minus x square to the minus half, and minus half comes in front. 1 minus x square to the power minus half minus 1 will be minus 3 by 2. So, and differentiation of 1 minus x square is going to be minus 2x. So as I said, it will be minus half in the front. There is a minus 2x. So minus will get cancelled. 2 and 2 will get cancelled. It will be x, negative x, because minus 1 is already there with d2y by dx2 as you see on the left. So you have, as I said, minus will get cancelled. This minus is redundant, so I'll just change it. So 1 minus x square to the power 3 by 2 will come in the denominator. 1 minus x to the power 3 by 2 is simply 1 minus x square into under root 1 minus x square, because 1 minus x square to the power 1 into 1 minus x square to the power half, 1 plus half is 3 by 2 only. Alright, so I just wrote it just to show you. We are not going to do anything with that. So finally you got, this is x divided by 1 minus x square 3 by 2. As I said, minus is not there because minus half into minus 2x was already, minus was cancelled. So there is a slight error which you can assume that I'm going to change just now. Okay, don't consider this negative x, it is plus x. Okay, so y is equal to cos inverse x. How do we write this? This is the trick. Okay, cos y equals to x. This means cos y equals to x. So in place of x you can always write cos y. In place of x write cos y. What to do with the denominator? See, x is cos y, so just replace x with cos y, so it will be 1 minus cos square. So it will be cos y divided by 1 minus cos square y, 3 to the power 3 by 2. 1 minus cos square theta is sin square theta. Now replace this 1 minus cos square by sin square, and since we have 3 by 2 as the power, so sin square to the power 3 by 2, 2 gets cancelled, and you get sin cube. 2 into 3 by 2 is 3 only. So you have sin cube here, sin cube. So you have finally minus cos y divided by sin cube y. There is a negative one. Alright, I'm just going to put this. Just consider this cos y. Sin cube y can be written as sin y into sin square y. Cos y by sin y is cot y, and this sin square y is cosec square y. This is your d2y by dx2. So this sign, as I said, will be negative because already I have showed you that this minus half into minus 2x gave us the positive sign. So there is only a negative on remain. So you have to put a negative in front of cot y into cosec square y. On the left hand side you have d2y by dx2. So we have finally achieved on the right whatever is there. It may be cot or cosec square, whatever it is, but with y only. There is no x on the right. This is the final answer. Y equals e raise a cos inverse x. So this question we have already done. You can just go to the previous questions and you see how we have done this. This question is also very easy. There is no trick involved. There is nothing special. But since it is a question which we have not done earlier, so we are going to do this. So y is equal to 500 e raise 7x plus 600 e raise minus 7x. So this is just a simple algebra multiplication. dy by dx is equal to, this is going to be 500, e raise 7x will be e raise 7x only, and there will be, when you differentiate 7x, it will be 7. 500 into 7 into e raise 7x. Then we have 600, I know that negative is going to come, so I already placed a negative in between. 600 e raise minus 7x, differentiation of minus 7x is minus 7 only. So 7 5 is 35, so you have 3500, e raise 7x, then you have minus 7 6 is 42, 4200 e raise minus 7x. So this is dy by dx. You can call it as a y1. Y1 is dy by dx. Now y2 is d2y by dx2. So again differentiating 3500 e raise 7x will be e raise 7x. There will be 7 also because 7x differentiation is 7 only. Again I know that negative is going to come, so minus minus plus 4200 e raise minus 7x. Differentiation of minus 7x will be minus 7. So just write minus, we have already handled, so into 7. So this is, you can just multiply these two. But before multiplying, why to waste energy? You know that 3500 into 7 is 24,500. 4200 into 7 is 29,400. But we need this in the answer, we need 49. So 49 into 500 is what? 49 into 500, I am multiplying it. You will get it this as 24,500. If you multiply 3500 into 7, again you will get this only. 3500 into 7 is 24,500. So 49 if you take outside, you can have 500 inside. So here is 7x. Similarly, the same fashion which I showed you, if you take 49 outside, it will be 600 inside. E raise minus 7x. This is y2, that is d2y by dx2. This is equal to 49. And what is this? This is y only. If you see, the question is y only. So 49y. This is how we prove it. Now this is x equals to cos t minus cos 2t. Y is equal to 2 sin t minus sin 2t. We have to find d2y by dx2 at t equals pi by 2. This is a parametric form. Now the solution is quite easy, and final the result, whatever it comes, you have to replace it by, wherever t is there, you have to replace it by pi by 2. Okay, so this is quite easy. Just differentiate and replace the value. So I'm doing it. Dx by dt is minus 2 sin t minus sin 2t. Differentiation of 2t will be 2, and minus minus will become plus. Cos, differentiation of cos is minus sin, and 2t is already there, so 2 will come in front. Coming to y, 2 sin t minus sin 2t. So dy by dt is equal to 2 Sin t is cos t, sin 2t is cos 2t, and differentiation of 2t is 2 only. So this is 2 cos t minus 2 cos 2t. Now we need dy by dx. This will be dy by dt divided by dx by dt. So just divide these two. Dy by dt divided by dx by dt. So it will be 2 cos t minus 2 cos 2t divided by minus 2 sin t plus 2 sin 2t. Now first get rid of 2 because 2 is everywhere. So dy by dx will be equal to cos t minus cos 2t divided by minus sin t plus sin 2t. Minus sin t plus sin 2t. So this seems to be bigger, but you have to do normal d2y by dx2. You can use the rule which is the quotient rule, but only one thing you have to remember, because everything is t on the right hand side. So whenever you differentiate, you have to introduce dt by dx because you are differentiating with respect to x and there is only t on the right hand side. So once you differentiate this content which I placed inside the brackets, you have to introduce dt by dx also, right? Dt by dx will be here. So first differentiate this and then introduce dt by dx. I'm going to introduce dt by dx as of just now. So this in the denominator, you have minus sin t plus sin 2t whole square. So I'm just writing s for sin because we are short of space, and dt by dx also I am introducing right now. Dx by dt is minus 2 sin t plus 2 sin 2t. So when it becomes dt by dx, it has to come in the denominator. So I am writing it in the denominator. Minus 2 sin t plus 2 sin 2t in the denominator. Okay. This has been done. Dt by dx has been done. Now coming to the numerator, this will remain like this: minus sin t plus minus sin t plus sin 2t. Now we have to differentiate cos t minus cos 2t. Cos t is minus sin t. Minus minus become plus. So this is cos 2t is minus sin 2t, which minus minus became plus, and then differentiation of 2t will be 2. So this will be 2 sin 2t. 2 sin 2t. This is the first term. So this both just recheck because there are so many sin and cos and negative and positive is going on. So there may be slight mistake. Minus. So this just now we have differentiated cos t minus cos 2t. Now we have to differentiate minus sin t plus sin 2t. So we are going to replace cos t minus cos 2t just like that. And differentiation of minus sin t plus sin 2t will be done. So it will be cos t and plus 2 will come outside because 2t differentiation will be done. So we have cos 2t twice of cos 2t. So what you have to do is, you don't have to solve anything right here. No multiplication, nothing. Just place t equals pi by 2. T is pi by 2. So we have already come up to this point. With this already I showed you. I need to tell you that what are the values here, because we are not just going to use the sin pi by 2 and cos pi by 2. We will be using sin pi and cos pi also, because we have sin 2t and cos 2t also. Remember, sin 0 is 0, so sin pi by 2 is 1. Similarly, sin pi by 2 is here what? 1. And then we have cos pi by 2 will be what? From the cosine and cos will always be complementary to each other. Remember, cos 90 minus theta is sin theta. So if sin pi by 2 is 1, cos pi by 2 is definitely going to be 0. So cos 2t will also come. Cos 2t is was 2 into pi by 2, that is cos pi. What is the value of cos pi? This is the main thing here. Cos pi is going to be, because cos 0 is 1, so you will be tempted to write cos pi also as 1. No, cos pi is negative 1. Cos pi, cos 180 degree is negative 1. This is the only thing which you need to remember. Otherwise your answer will not come, or you can say you will have a incorrect answer. So sin pi also we have got 0. So I am now placing value sin t, that is sin pi by 2, that is going to be 1, and since I have a negative sign we have negative, and 2 sin 2t, of course sin pi is 0, so I am placing a 0. Coming to negative sin t, that is sin pi by 2 we need, sin pi by 2 is 1, so you just write negative 1, and again sin 2 into pi by 2, that is sin pi is going to be 0, minus cos t, that is cos pi by 2, that is going to be 0, just write 0. Then we have cos 2t, so cos 2t, that is cos 2 into pi by 2, cos pi is going to be negative 1, and since you already have negative here, so you see it is cos t minus cos 2t, so you have negative with a negative, so it will be positive 1, this negative, plus 1, minus cos t, again cos t is cos pi by 2, so you can just write 0, minus 0 is no value, so we have cos 2t twice of cos 2t, so that is going to be, because cos pi is minus 1, so minus 2 it will come. In the denominator again, just put all the values. You already computed all the values just now, so it will be cos minus sin t, so it is going to be minus 1, because sin pi by 2 is going to be 1, and since we have sin 2t as 0, then we have minus 2 sin t or sin pi by 2 is 1, so it will be minus 2 into 1, that is minus 2. plus what is this, 2 sine 2t, sine pi is 0, so just place 0 here. Now there is just a computation, simple computation. So minus 1 into minus 1 is going to be plus 1. Then you have negative here, it will be 0 plus 1 is 1, and then we have minus 2, so minus minus become plus, so I have already placed a plus in between. So minus 1 square is 1, and then minus 2 we have, minus 2 here, so minus minus is plus, then we have a 2 here, and then you have negative 2 in denominator, so you have negative 3 by 2. This is d2y by dx2, alright, minus 3 by 2 is the answer. This question we are going to take in the next discussion. Till then, thank you so much, take care of yourself.